You're such an asshole.
You're such a sexpert. Self-declared sexpert. Christian marriage sexpert. But if you're Christian and you're married, you're not having sex, and that's it. So there's nothing to consult about. There's nothing to be an expert about. And good night, everybody. Good night. Good night. No, thank you. Thank you. Yes. You Muslims in the back actually having sex and kids. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you and good night. Good night. Isn't there a hymn called Sex is Only for Making More Christian Babies? Is the feminist Christian Bible? Is that the songs happening now in the churches that have the rainbow flags? Is that what it is? Okay. It's so funny because it's true. I did want to mention this. So a lot of guys have been emailing like, hey, where do you have any more real life marriage videos or dating Christian girls videos? And if you remember, maybe a month or two ago before I started writing the book, we did. There was like a spate of emails that came in. Uncle Hector started it all where he says, you need to hear my marriage story to warn these boys about marriage. And I agreed 100% with him, not because his individual story was horrific. It was, but marriage is such a horrible gambling proposition. I mean, 45% end divorce, only 14% end up being happy, marry, things like that. It's such a bad and life-destroying thing. It's one of the rare instances, I hate to use the phrase, we need to raise awareness so you boys don't get married. I'm not saying don't commit. I'm not saying don't have families, but it is such a bad, life-destroying thing for men generally. The women aren't exactly happy about it either, but they win cash and prizes. We need to stop this now, or at least remove the wool from your eyes. And then also there was kind of an adjacent series we had called Christian dating. I forgot what I titled it, dating as a Christian, because there are so many fake people in the church, which is nothing new. But you guys, a lot of Christian men are particularly susceptible because like, I got to find a good Christian women and have families. You're a little bit more family oriented. And there too, the vast majority of women in the church are not real Christians. They're just not. They're there because it's a club and they get attention and it's kind of a tribalism thing. They belong to a group, but they're not there to worship God. And so I am more than happy if you have a marriage and consequently, obviously, a divorce story, or if you had a good one, I'll take the good ones too. But if you had a story that would kind of open the eyes for young men, I'm all for it. Also, for those of you who are on the front lines of dating, one of my best friends, he got married, finally found a Christian girl, but he was 46 by the time it happened. She was 35 because the Lord hadn't provided one until that time. There's tremendous time, and then also financial and probably emotional and psychological costs and resources being pissed away on this. So to save you all the headache, pain, and agony and cost, yeah, hey, here's what it really is like. And I hate hypocrites, and that's like the vast majority of Christian girl. No, you're not. You're just not. You don't worship Christ. You don't. I just hate hypocrites in general. And then you got you dopey, well-intended Boy Scout Christian boys. Well, I'm gonna find myself a swell. You're like Butters from South Park. Oh, geez, I'm gonna find myself a swell gal and get married and have kids. Wow, what do you mean, Tyrone? Well, he's not Christian. No, she wouldn't do that. He's not Christian. She's singing praises. So you go below AnswellConsulting.com, submit them. And then for my audience, I can't control whether people send them or not. I'm more than receptive. If you got a buddy, like, oh, you got to tell Cappy about it. Fine. It is going to cost money depending on the length. The irony is that in order for a good story to be told, it has to be somewhat lengthy, which takes my time, which means I have to charge a fair amount. So just to let them know. But yeah, if you want to go, and then if you go search real life marriage on the channel, you'll see them. I think we're up to what? Case 13 or something like that. It was a flood of them and they just dried up. That was it. All right. We ain't super chats. No super chats. That's it. Cappy gonna go to the gym, sir. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.